Welcome back to Breakfast Television. We're sitting at 7:49, and it's time now to talk business. And for that, we turn to our business editor, Kris McCusker. Happy Friday, my friend.
Oh, Friday has never felt so good. You know, the holiday in the middle of the week was kind of weird.
I will take a split week any chance I can get it. Why is it making you feel weird?
I don't know. It's just you work 2 days, you have a day off, then you work 2 days. It seemed really odd.
I could get used to that, let me say.
All right, well.
All right.
Something to think about.
Agree to disagree, right, Kris?
Yes.
Let's talk about investors selling off stocks on Wall Street. What's going on?
Well, this comes after that airstrike in Baghdad, which killed an Iranian general. This kind of had markets a little bit panicked early this morning. We did see Dow futures drop by more than 300 points at one point. So the opening bell sounded about 20 minutes ago, and we are seeing selling, but they're not super steep losses. But keep in mind that U.S. markets are pulling back from those all-time highs that we saw yesterday. The TSX started the day about 130 points from its all-time high. It was slightly higher yesterday. We're seeing some selling on Bay Street as well. And it's somewhat noteworthy, the two largest sectors, and we are going to get to this in a second, helping to offset the losses on Bay Street. So the loss not as steep on this side of the border.
Right. So are the commodities, are they reacting to the airstrike in Baghdad as well?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was alluding to. The price for gold closed to a 4-month high, a big spike up by about $20. Now, a couple things going on here. That airstrike is of concern, and generally when people are worried, they flock to gold. It's sort of seen as a safe haven. We're also seeing the U.S. dollar under pressure, so that's making gold, I guess, technically a little bit cheaper. So that is providing an offset on Bay Street because we do have gold stocks higher. And then a similar story going on with oil. Energy stocks are higher on Bay Street, with oil up by more than $2 as of last check. And again, this is connected to the airstrikes. Now, no oil facilities were damaged in that area, but the Middle East, of course, is really big for oil facilities, and Iran has vowed to retaliate for this airstrike.
Okay.
We don't really know what that means yet, so it's possible other countries could become involved in this conflict. There's still really a lot to suss out here, a lot of unknowns at this point.
Okay. Before I let you go, it must feel pretty good as an executive or former executive of the HBO to be let go and then picked up right away again. How does this happen?
Well, it's a little bit interesting because the executive we're talking about, his name is Richard Plepler, and he worked on a little show called Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's familiar to me, too. Anyway, he also worked on other hit series at HBO. He has signed an exclusive production deal with Apple. Apple, of course, a couple months ago, launching Apple TV+. So it's looking to create content as it moves forward with this streaming service. Shares in Apple, by the way, hit $300 yesterday. So the market cap on Apple over $1 trillion.
Wow. And
the stock got at least 2 upgrades today, so we could see another move to the upside in these shares today.
So, Kris, I have a guilty pleasure. I love watching old movies on VHS. I get made fun of quite a bit for this, but I have to tell you, when I was introduced to Apple TV, I didn't see the light of day for a couple days. It's something else.
Yeah, I can totally understand what you're saying. I will not judge you for any of that at all.
Well, the weekend is here. Perhaps you and I can put our feet up, finish watching breakfast television, and then watch a good movie.
Absolutely. Sounds perfect.
Have a great weekend, Kris.
Yeah, you too, Sarah.
All right, let's take a look at the markets.
This portion of BT is brought to you by 660 News, Calgary's breaking news, weather, and traffic station.